Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So in this video, we're going to talk about something very important. It's going to be a quick yet very informational and very valuable video. So make sure that you watch this entire video so that you can get the full understanding of what I'm saying in this video. Also, if you want to see more videos about business credit, business funding, business grants, personal credit, and more, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, turn on that bell icon and hit all notifications so that you can be notified when I release new videos on this channel. So I'm gonna get straight to the point in this video. Also, there will be a link in the description to a free ebook about 17 different business credit secrets. So make sure that you check that out after watching this video. So the first myth that we're going to talk about, back to black. So the first business credit myth that we're going to talk about is that you must have good personal credit in order to get business credit. So here's the thing. A lot of entrepreneurs actually, for some reason, don't have the best credit. And a lot of times it is because entrepreneurs are really like risk takers at heart. We kind of like, take a lot of risks sometimes, and sometimes we're more focused on generating income and making money than focused on our credit. Now, that is not to say that your personal credit is not important, because it is. It's very important. Both business credit and personal credit is very important. You need both. You don't need one or the other. You need both. Now, if you already have good personal credit, you can get a lot of funding, but it's a certain way that you have to do it. You have to know how to be able to stack the funding, stack the credit cards, and be able to get those inquiries removed off of your credit reports very quickly to keep getting new business credit cards that would eventually accumulate to $50,000, $100,000, $150,000 in business credit that does not report to your personal credit. So that's one of the benefits of business credit, that most business credit cards will not report to your personal credit. Now, you need to know which business credit cards will actually not report to your personal credit, because you can go out there and get a Capital One Spark Classic. They will give it to you with fair credit, but you have to keep in mind that if you use that credit card limit all the way up, it's going to show on your personal credit. They actually report that to your personal credit. Let me be more specific. They will actually report that business credit to your personal credit. So everything from the payments to the utilization is going to be reported to your personal credit. So keep in mind, if you have a late payment or if you go ahead and max out that business credit card, it's going to be reported to your personal credit reports just like it was a personal credit card. So I would not get that credit card, and you have to be careful on what credit cards you get. Now, that's different on the business credit side. If you get business credit that only reports to business credit bureaus, then it's not going to affect your personal credit at all. So that's just a gem right there. And I know this because I know someone with that card. So you have to be aware of different data points and different key pieces of information about these different business credit cards, because if you have fair credit, you can get business credit, but you have to know where to go. You have to know what banks will accept your personal credit where it is, because what if you need funding right now? What if you need to be able to get $50,000 or $30,000 to fund a project, and you don't know where to go? You don't know who's going to approve you, and you don't want to waste getting all of those hard inquiries on your credit report. Number two is another myth that is very common. You hear people say this particular myth, and the main reason for that is because they've never helped anybody get business credit at all. They are not a business credit or business funding specialist. They never helped anybody get any funding. They're just going off of their own personal experience, or they're just regurgitating information from other people on the internet who also don't really know what they're talking about. So myth number two is you can't get any MasterCards or Visa cards without a PG. That is completely false. I actually spoke with a big company today about a new business credit card that they just launched. It's a Visa card. It acts as a Amex charge card, but they do no PG. They don't check your personal credit at all. They go off of your business revenue to give you a limit. So for the people that think that building business credit and getting, the different trade lines on your business credit reports is unnecessary, that is completely false, because there are a lot of fintech companies, there are a lot of companies coming out, especially because of the pandemic and everything that's been going on and the huge need for funding. They're creating these credit cards that will allow you to get funding without even using your personal credit. And that's some information that I'm going to be giving to my clients. I don't think I'm going to be releasing that on YouTube because it's not a niche based credit card, no PG credit card. This is like a Amex, so you do not have to have a specific type of business. There are some no PG MasterCards and Visa cards out there that are being released, but some of them are niche based, like for real estate businesses, for travel companies, or if you're doing travel, you can only use it for travel. No, this particular card is for all business expenses. It's not specific for a niche or a type of industry or anything like that. Any type of business pretty much can be able to get this no PG business credit card. And again, like I said, a lot of companies will begin to, start coming out with these types of cards because they see the big need for it. This whole no PG business credit thing went viral last year and it's still being talked about this year. So these companies pay attention and they're looking at that, and that's kind of some of the reason why the no PG gas cards and things like that, they kind of took that no PG thing away because a lot of people got that information and ran with it. A lot of people who got the information off of YouTube or whatever and didn't properly use those cards kind of messed it up for everybody. But if you want to become a client of mine, the link will be in the description. If you want to get all of the new information as it comes out, all of the new fintech companies, how you can get all of this funding without a PG, or even if you have fair credit and you're having trouble getting funding, we show you the banks that will give you funding with a 640 credit score or with a 600 credit score. And it's multiple banks, mid-sized banks or credit unions that will do that. And I'm not talking about Fundbox or Bluevine or companies like that. I'm talking about banks, mid-sized banks and credit unions, exclusive information. So that's something that I'm going to be releasing to my clients. I'm actually going to be doing calls all week, this week and next week, calling my clients and giving them extra game, extra information, because that's just how I am. I actually really like to help people and really want to see people win. So when you hear people say that you cannot get any MasterCards or any Visa cards without a PG, that is completely false. They just do not have the correct information. They don't know where to go. They don't help other business owners get funding. So they are not aware of this information. They're not in the industry. So that is why they don't know this information. All right, so the third myth is that you don't need to build business credit at all. You don't need business credit. You don't need to go out there and add trade lines to your business credit reports because it's unnecessary. That's false as well. If you want to leverage your good personal credit to get a few business credit cards, that is completely fine. But you need to know which banks actually report to the business credit bureaus, because what's the point of getting those cards if they're not going to build up your business credit so that you can go out there and get more cards? So please don't listen to the ignorance out there. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of myths out there from people who are not in the actual field, who have never helped anybody get any type of funding or business credit loans or anything like that. So if you want to be ahead of the curve, ahead of the game, and be able to get funding without having to stress and worry about where you're going to get funding while you're even working on your personal credit, we can show you what you need to do in the situation that you're in now, help you build up business credit so you can get unsecured credit cards, also vehicle financing, and more. And if you do have at least a 680 credit score, we can actually help you use that credit score to get up to $150,000 in 0% APR credit cards. Again, link will be in the description, and that's 0% APR up to 18 months. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.